Here we go. What is up, you sexy beasts? Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm back in the studio. I was so pumped up after that first tutorial that I did last week that I wanted to get straight into another one. So here I am. Nice creased shirt. I just realized when I watched the footage back, but that's all good. You get the real me, yeah? You get the real me. I've got a sick setup here today. I've got this camera. I've also got this camera. I'm gonna do a little overhead tutorial type video here again. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. My name is Vakey. I like photography, videography, and fitness, and so I kind of combine those into my channel, teach some stuff on how to make your videos and your photos look better, do some vlogs with fitness people, and yeah. So let's get straight into it, guys. I want to teach you this little thing I've been doing with my photos. Apparently it's called doodling.
What are you looking at, Flop Doodle?
I didn't know that it was called doodling. It's basically just drawing on my photos using my iPad and my iPencil, Apple Pencil, iPencil. That's the one. I'm not an artist by any means. I actually stole this from someone else, and a lot of this stuff I do in my photos, I use images that I find online to overlay my photos and then trace them. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. You can do this with your finger. You don't need one of these. It definitely makes life a bit easier. I'm pretty sure you can probably do this on your phone, but an iPad makes it a lot easier. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about right now, these are the photos I've been drawing on and creating lately. Here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So those are some examples of some of the drawings I've done, and I've had a bunch of people ask, how do you do these? So here we go. So I'm sure there's a whole bunch of apps you can use to do this. I've tried out Adobe Draw, but the one I'm actually have settled on and now use is called Procreate. So we're gonna open up Procreate, and up top right hand corner, I'm gonna go ahead and hit photo. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose one of my recent photos. So we're gonna go ahead and use this photo of Noah and Vic. I'll zoom that in a bit for you so you can see it on the overhead. Cool. And so all we're gonna do here is we're gonna draw some kind of halos or circles around their hands. So I always like to go ahead and add a new layer before I start drawing. So I've added a new layer there now. Now I can go ahead and select my pencil. There's so many different brushes you can choose from sketching to inking, all sorts really. So let's just go ahead and keep it nice and simple here. We're gonna go to inking and select the Studio Pen, which I quite like to use. And on the left-hand side here, you can decide how big it's gonna be. So how thick the line or how thin the line's gonna be. Let's go ahead and clear that layer. So let's go ahead for we'll go for a nice thick pen here. You can also change the opacity on the left or right here. So full opacity, it's obviously gonna be nice and clear. If you go down, the opacity is gonna be much less. Cool. So let's go ahead and just keep the opacity fully up at 100%. So let's go ahead and do something super simple here. Just gonna draw a little halo or a little circle around their hands, kind of connecting their hands. So let's do that now. Let's do a little kind of oval shape around both of their hands. And now we're simply gonna go to the brush. And again, with the brush, you can decide how big or how small it is. And I'm just gonna brush out the part that's supposed to be behind the hands. So you can't see that. So it kind of makes it look like a 3D ovally circle. So I'll get rid of all that. You can always zoom in on the picture. It makes it a bit easier to get rid of stuff. I actually find doing erasing with my finger a lot easier than with the pencil. Now if I zoom out, you can see this nice cool halo around their arm. So super, super simple stuff. Let's do something a bit more complex here. I'll do a little scribble. Oh, we'll go back to the pencil. Let's try a different brush here. We'll go to painting and get a nice kind of brushy looking thing here. So I'll go ahead and just draw a few little scribbles around Noah here. Cool. And again, I'm gonna grab my eraser, and every second line I'm gonna erase. So essentially we're gonna have one line will be in front of his body, one line will be behind his body. I'm gonna use my finger here to get a quick job done here. And there we go. Noah's got a snake wrapped around his body, just like that. So again, guys, the reason I do this is I feel like there's so many great photographers out there now putting out great photos, and I want my photos to stand out and look a bit different. So doing this kind of stuff just makes it fun, makes it interesting, and if you like being creative like I do, this is certainly a great outlet for that. Now, something else that I love to do is I like to find out what the person in my image likes, or what are they into, and then find an image that I can either trace or use on the photo. So in this example of China Cho here, I know that she has a pit bull at home, okay, and she loves her pit bull. So I'm gonna go into Google Images and find a drawing of a pit bull. And I've gone ahead and done that, so we're going to grab that image now and place it on top of this photo. So if I hit the little settings or little tool button here, and I hit the add button, I can go ahead and insert a photo, and I've already saved the photo of the pit bull right here. Now you need to find a photo that is, or an image that is, it's got a clear background. Cool. So if you search PNG, you should find some images that have clear backgrounds. Now this image here of the actual pit bull's head isn't great quality, so I'll probably go ahead and trace this one myself. But if it was a good drawing that was nice and clean, you could just use it as it is and literally just grab the eraser and just erase anything that is on top of her body, so that the pit bull only shows up, the pit bull head only shows up behind her body, like that. So that's a very rough idea, but you kind of get the picture. So since the image of the pit bull isn't great, I'm going to go ahead and actually just trace it myself and then delete the photo so that it's only left with my my tracing. So again, we'll go ahead and add another layer to draw on top of that layer, and I'll zoom in a bit, and I'll just go ahead and just literally just trace this image as best I can. Now often you have to do this a few times. You kind of go ahead and do it and it turns out horrible, and you try a different brush until you get it right, but often you're pleasantly surprised at how well it comes out as well. Cool, let's do a quick job here for you so you can see what I mean. I think I've got it all. Did I get the nose? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just turn off this layer here, the layer that had the image on it, and it's going to be left with just my drawing, and that actually looks dope. Cool, so there we go. I've just traced that little pit bull, and now that's my own little piece of art that I've traced. And so that's another cool thing you can do, is just find out what your subject is into and add something like that, make it more personable. Again, it just makes the photo so much more fun and so much more, I guess, usable and different. Now guys, like I mentioned, this is not a new idea. People are doing this out there already. I just thought I'll share it to you guys in case you haven't found it. My main inspiration is a guy called Nick Ibe. So you can go ahead and find him on Instagram, give him a follow, give him a like, and you can get some inspiring ideas there as well. So that's it for today, guys. Again, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love that. My goal actually is to get to 1,000 followers on YouTube as soon as possible. So if you do enjoy the content, if you have any other photography or videography friends that might find the content helpful, I'd love for you to share it. Other than that, I will see you very soon. Bye.